Dude, you think everything's under control, right? That you're the man. But then, out of nowhere, you accidentally grab your phone and see those messages flashing on the screen. It's not just small talk, it's blatant flirting. And not with just one guy, but several. How do you feel? Betrayed, obviously, but also like an idiot because you swore you knew how to play this game. At first, it's like a punch to the gut. You read those messages over and over, every emoji, every typed giggle. That heat rising up your spine as anger and confusion mix. You think, why would she do this? But deep down, a part of you already knows the answer. It's her game, bro, and you've been played the whole time. Now you're sitting there, feeling like a total loser, right? But here's where it gets interesting. This is the point where most guys lose their way. They get all down, start questioning themselves. But let me tell you, this is your turning point, man. This is where you decide if you're going to sink or if you're going to salvage something from all this madness. So, what's it going to be? Are you going to let this define you? Or are you going to use it as a springboard to become something even greater, even more awesome? The choice is yours, but I'll give you a heads up. The path of a true man of value isn't for everyone. You need to have a strong gut and your head on straight, because the game is tough. So, bro, you're heartbroken, right? That primitive instinct screaming for revenge to make her feel the same pain that's eating you up inside. It's human. It's natural to want to hit back, and that's exactly where most guys lose their way. They think, if I do the same, I'll feel better. I'll balance things out. But check this out. It's a trap. You go out, meet another girl, maybe at a bar, at work, or maybe you swipe some matches on an app. You chat, have a few drinks, and things heat up. Before you know it, you're in bed with her, thinking you're winning the game. This will make her realize how bad it is, you think. But dude, really? Deep down, you know you're just adding fuel to the fire of your own hell. Because here's the real deal. While you're out there trying to get revenge, who are you fooling? Who's getting hurt? Just you, man. Your ex might not even know, or worse, know and not care at all. And even if she does care, do you really think this is going to fix anything? No, bro. It's just going to sink you deeper into the same muck as her. Now, I know the temptation is huge, but real power, real control over your life comes from knowing when not to act on impulse. It comes from keeping your head cool, your heart warm, and your hands clean. But hold up, the story doesn't end here. You might think you're at rock bottom, but I promise you, there's a way out of this much stronger than before. Look, dude, if you thought getting revenge was going to be the grand finale, a fireworks show with you coming out as the big winner, let me tell you straight up, reality hits hard, and it's a whole different ball game. After a night you thought would set everything straight, you wake up feeling even emptier. And the worst part? You get that sinking feeling that you betrayed not just her, but yourself. You look in the mirror, and the reflection staring back isn't the badass you wanted to be. It's just a guy who stooped to the level he once criticized. Why? Because in that moment, you let your anger, your hurt, dictate your actions. And worse, you tossed aside your own values, the ones that define who you are, all for a moment of supposed superiority. The truth is, revenge fixes nothing. It only destroys more, man. It wrecks the image you have of yourself, ruins the chance to come out of this situation bigger than you went in. Is that what you want? To lose yourself even more in this pretend game that only leads to more pain and confusion? But chill. The story doesn't end with you down and out, feeling like the worst of guys. I promised you a journey, and journeys have twists and turns. In the next step, we'll clean up this mess. I'll show you how to take this pain, this regret, and transform it into something that elevates you, that makes you stronger and truly in control of your life. Now that the dust from the battle is starting to settle, you're sitting there, thinking about everything that went down. And that's when the real game starts. The game of reflection, bro. You start asking yourself, who am I really? What are my values? What do I truly value in my relationships? These questions might hurt, but they're necessary. You realize you acted in the heat of the moment, driven by insecurity. It wasn't you in control. It was your darker side, the one we all try to hide. But acknowledging this is the first step to change. And then, you begin to understand that being a real man isn't about how many women you can score or manipulate. It's about being strong enough to stand firm in your values, even when everything around you is falling apart. You think about the times you let your worth be defined by someone else, and that makes you reflect. Why did I let that happen? Why did I let someone have so much power over my self-esteem and happiness? And that's when you start to understand what you really want from your relationships. Respect, trust, and something that helps you grow, not tear you down. So as you sit there, stewing over past mistakes, you decide you're going to learn from them. You'll use each mistake as a step to climb a little higher, to become a better version of yourself. You decide that your security and self-esteem have to come from within, not from the outside. And this mindset shift? Yeah, that's what's truly seductive. That's what makes you a man of value, not the cheap tricks, not the petty revenges. Being a man who knows and respects his own values is what truly attracts, what truly makes people around you respect you and want to be with you. But hang tight, it's not over yet. In the next step, I'll show you how to put all this into practice. How to turn these reflections and new understanding into concrete actions. Are you ready to be the man you've always wanted to be? Then stay tuned, because the transformation is just beginning. It's time to call it quits, bro. Enough with these childish games that just bring you down. You've decided it's time to grow up, to become the man you've always wanted to be. And that starts with a simple but powerful decision: to stop reacting and start acting with intention. You decide you're no longer going to let your actions be dictated by fear, insecurity, or the need to prove something to others. You look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, enough of being a victim of circumstances, enough allowing others' actions to define who I am. I am the master of my life, and I choose to be strong, confident, and upright. It's a moment of revelation, dude. You feel a new strength burgeoning within you, a strength that comes from knowing your own worth. So you start working on it. You begin reading books on personal development, psychology, ethical seduction. You attend workshops, maybe even see a therapist to untangle some emotional knots that were holding you back. You get involved in activities that strengthen your body and mind, like hitting the gym, meditating, or practicing martial arts. Each step you take in this direction makes you feel stronger, more in control. But it's not just about improving alone. You also decide to improve your interactions. You start engaging with people who lift you up, who share your values. You learn to set healthy boundaries, to say no when something isn't right for you. And most importantly, you learn to say yes to opportunities that really matter, that challenge you to be a better version of yourself. You realize that growing is a continuous process, not a final destination. Every day is a chance to be a little better, a little more aligned with who you really want to be. And that's the real art of seduction. Seducing yourself to be better every day, seducing life to give you the best it has. So that decisive moment arrives, bro. After all this journey of self-discovery and growth, you face the reality of your current relationship. You look at everything you've learned about yourself, what you value, and what you want in a relationship, and realize you can't continue in this toxic cycle. It's time to break it off, not out of anger or a desire for revenge, but from a clear understanding that both of you deserve something better. You decide to end the relationship, but this time it's different. You do it with respect, with clarity, explaining your reasons without placing blame. It's a tough conversation, dude, I won't lie. It hurts to admit that something you fought so hard for has to end, but you know it's the right thing. You speak with a conviction that comes not from a wounded ego, but from newly found self-respect. You explain that a healthy relationship is built on foundations of mutual respect, trust, and support. And where these are lacking, it's better to free each other to find happiness elsewhere. It's an act of courage, of true valor, to admit that moving forward separately is the best option for both. Ending things this way, with integrity, gives you a sense of peace, unlike any victory revenge could offer. You feel that you're finally in control of your life, not reacting to old wounds, but acting according to your principles. And now, as you move forward, free from the ties of a relationship that wasn't working, you're ready to explore new opportunities. In the next step, we'll talk about how you can apply everything you've learned in future relationships and interactions. ensuring that the lessons of value, respect, and self-confidence guide you to even more meaningful and satisfying connections. After making the decision to end a cycle that no longer served you, you feel rejuvenated, like you've left a huge weight behind. Now, with this newfound freedom, you're committed to not just being, but living as a true man of value. You're determined to seek relationships that genuinely add something positive to your life, relationships synonymous with mutual growth, respect, and sincerity. You now understand that real seduction isn't about manipulating or controlling others, but about being so complete and secure in yourself that you naturally attract what's good for you. You learn to value yourself not by what others say or do, but by who you are and what you choose to be every day. You invest time in developing your passions, deepening your knowledge, and expanding your horizons. Whether it's learning a new language, practicing a sport, or engaging in a creative hobby, each new skill you acquire reinforces the idea that your worth doesn't come from external approval, but from a continual commitment to improving yourself. Furthermore, you start to apply this new mindset in your social interactions. You become more selective about the people you allow into your life, choosing to be surrounded by those who share similar values and who challenge you to be a better version of yourself. You learn that being alone is not a sentence, but an opportunity to connect even more deeply with your own needs and desires. This process of rebirth is neither quick nor easy, but it is incredibly rewarding. Each step you take towards this new you is a testament to your commitment to live an authentic life, a life that you chose, not one imposed by circumstances or other people. Digging the vibe? Realize the power's all in your hands? Then, before you bounce from here and start applying what you've learned, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Here, we don't beat around the bush. We get straight to the point to transform you into the man you were born to be. And hey, hit that bell because there's new content every week to fuel your growth and keep you always a step ahead. We're in this together.